Novidius Publius Naso, TRISTIA, Book 3. 1. Proem. Though sent to this city I come in fear, an exile's book. Stretch forth a kindly hand to me in my weariness, friendly reader, and fear not that I may perchance bring shame upon you. Not a line on this paper teaches love. Such is my master's fate, that the wretched man ought not to conceal it with any jests. Even that work which once was his ill-starred amusement in the green of youth, too late, alas, he condemns and hates. Examine what I bring. You will see nothing here except sadness, and the verse befits its own state. If the lame couplets halt in alternate verses, 'tis due to the meter's nature, or to the length of the journey. If I am not golden with oil of cedar, not smoothed with pomace, 'tis because I blush to be better dressed than my master. If the letters are spotted and blurred with erasures, 'tis because the poet with tears has injured his own work. If any expressions perchance shall seem not Latin, the land wherein he wrote was a barbarian land. Tell me, readers, if it is not a trouble whither I ought to go. What about I, a book from foreign lands, should seek in the city? When thus I had spoken timidly, with hesitant tongue, I found with difficulty just one to show me the way. May the gods grant you what they have not vouchsafed our poet, the power to live at ease in your native land. Come, lead me, I will follow, though by land and sea I come in weariness from a distant world. He obeyed, and as he guided me said, "This is Caesar's Forum. This is the street named from the sacred rites. This is the place of Vesta, guarding Pallas Athena, and the fire. Here was once the tiny palace of ancient Numa." Then turning to the right, "That," he said, "is the gate of the Palatium. Here is a Stator. On this spot first was Rome founded." While I was marvelling at one thing after another, I beheld door-posts marked out from others by gleaming arms, and a dwelling worthy of a god. "Is this also Jove's abode?" I said, and for such thought an oaken breath gave to my mind the augury. And when I learned its master, I said, "No error is mine. It is true that this is the home of mighty Jove, but why is the door screened by the laurels before it, their dark foliage surrounding the august tresses? Can it be because that home has deserved an ending triumph, or because it has always been loved by the Leucadian god? It is because the house itself is full of joy, or because it fills all things with joy. It is a mark of that peace which it has given to the world, and as a ever laurel is ever green, with no withering leaves to be plucked away, so does that house possess an eternal glory. The reason for the crowning wreath is shown by an inscription. It declares that by his aid citizens have been saved. Add, O best of fathers, to those whom thou hast saved, one citizen who far on the world's edge lies in forgotten exile, the cause of whose punishment, which he admits that he has deserved, is not a deed, but his own mistake. Wretched me! I fear the spot, I fear the man of power, My script wavers with shuddering dread. See you my paper pale with bloodless colour? See you each alternate to tremble? Sometime, I pray, mayst thou, Pallas, be reconciled with him who feathered me, and may it be his lot to behold thee under the same masters. Then with even pace up the lofty steps I was conducted to the shining temple of the unshorn god, where alternating with the columns of foreign marble stand the figures of the Belites, the barbarian father with a drawn sword, and all those things which the men of old or of modern times conceived in their learned souls are free from the inspection of those who would read. I was seeking my brothers, save those indeed whom their father would he had never begot, and as I sought to no purpose from that abode, the guard who presides over the holy place commanded me to depart. A second temple I approached, one close to a theatre. This too might not be visited by my feet. Um, Nor did liberty allow me to touch her halls, the first that were open to learned books. The fate of our unfortunate sire overflows upon his offspring, and we suffer at our birth the exile which he has borne. Perhaps sometime both to us and to him Caesar, conquered by long years, will be less severe. O gods, or rather, for it is not meet that I should pray to a throng. Caesar, mightiest of gods, hearken to my prayer. In the meanwhile, since a public resting place is close to me, may it be granted me to lie hidden in some private spot. You two hands of the people, receive if you may, our verses dismayed by the shame of their rejection.